welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, you're welcome. And if you have subscribed, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in. Today's episode is another beautiful episode of Friends Corner. Someone is wondering what Friends Corner is all about. Friends Corner is that time when I bring some of my friends to talk about a particular topic, to tell us a story about themselves. If they have a special story that I feel like I could bring on my channel, I would invite them over and then they would come to share their stories. So it's the second episode of Friends Corner, and today we will be talking about motherhood. Did I just say we? No, they will be talking about motherhood. I also look forward to the day I will be called a mother. But until then, let's leave it for those who have the experience already. So I bring to you 3 yummy mummies who will be sharing their personal journey into motherhood. Although they have a similar story, but there is definitely something different in their stories. And that's one thing about motherhood. Your experience will be different from mine because there is no straight jacket. There is no one size fits all about motherhood. They will be talking about their acceptance, knowing that they were pregnant, accepting their newest reality, and adjusting to the demands of being a mother. Is it easy? Were they prepared before becoming mothers? These and many more are the things they will be talking about. They will be sharing with us their stories from conception to delivery and also to nurturing their little ones. So go nowhere, stay tuned as they talk about their personal journey.
First and foremost, I would like to appreciate the host of this platform. Thank you so much for giving me the privilege to share with you one or two things about my pregnancy journey and how it can help any other person out there.
Adeyemi, thank you for having me here today. I am very grateful and I do not take it for granted. And to all Adeyemi subscribers, I am very grateful. And today I would like to talk to you about my pregnancy and motherhood journey.
I'm a mom to a beautiful girl of about 6 years old now. And I'm actually here to talk more about my journey into motherhood, my pregnancy, and just to encourage anybody out there that is also passing through this phase that I actually went through. Okay, so when I learned about my pregnancy, I was actually in camp, that's the NYSC camp, and I was hyperactive. When you say somebody was hyperactive, I'm an active person naturally, but this one, I was hyperactive. Some things that I would have frowned on or ignored, I wouldn't do. I found interest in doing it. So I had to check myself and say, hope it's not that something is missing somewhere. And when I noticed that, it's like I'm not seeing my red visitor. Immediately I came out of the camp after the 3 weeks. I ran quickly to the hospital. I didn't even bother doing buying pregnancy kits there. I just went straight to the hospital and it was validated that I'm actually about 6 weeks gone.
And I'll start by telling you that now I discovered I was pregnant. Yeah, I discovered I was pregnant when I started having this non-stop headache. The headache was non-stop for like 2 weeks, and I was sure it was not malaria. So I went to the hospital for a test, and it came out to be positive that I'm pregnant.
Mine isn't like this conventional thing that you fall ill and they take you to the hospital and they test you and they tell you you're pregnant. I wasn't expecting pregnancy at that time. I wanted to enjoy about my first year in marriage, no child, no troubles and anything. But I was having sex, and when you're married and you don't have you do not have children yet, you are not advised to use contraceptive, and so I wasn't using any. It was just what we call withdrawal. And so I noticed I was sleeping a lot, and then I said, I think I'm pregnant. That day I looked at myself in my bedroom mirror and I said, Olaimi, you're pregnant. And then I waited for my husband to get back from work and I told him I'm pregnant. And the dude laughed me to scorn, like, but she ain't loyal. I was embarrassed, like, He said, you're talking as if you have like 4 children before. I'm pregnant. Well, you're not sick, you're not vomiting, you're not doing anything, and you're pregnant. But I was sure. I was cocksure I was pregnant. I saw this man heading to the hospital straight up. At this time, I was asking, I've been making a fool of myself. Am I seriously pregnant? Long story cut short, we were at the doctor's office and the doctor asked me, so how have you been feeling? Are you sick? Are you nauseous? Are you sleeping? And I said, hey, I've just been sleeping and that's all. Been sluggish in the morning and nothing else. And then the man said, okay, we can't rule out that you've been having sex, so let's see if you're pregnant. And then we did the blood test. And then they brought the results. The man was grinning from ear to ear, shouting, saying, Mr. Bakari, your wife is pregnant. That was how I got to know that I was pregnant.
So I was happy about the news. I was happy that I was pregnant. I was happy that I was expecting a baby inside of me. And the part of being afraid about being pregnant is the aspect of the morning sickness and the labor room. Those are the 2 aspects of my, of being afraid when I heard I was pregnant. At the first 5 months I was pregnant, and at the first 5 months of my pregnancy, I was very, very sick. So after the 5 months, I got over the sickness and I was a bit stronger.
From then on, I became conscious of what I do. I became more prayerful because I was scared, you're always afraid. And that was the period I was now seeing different babies with different body structures and all of that. So there was fear, there was fear. Literally, I was dominated with fear that, hey, God, if I don't want to go and born child, that at the end of the day, hey, something will happen, or that we will now start running helter-skelter to take care of her because the child had one deformity that could be rectified and all of that. So I got scared of that. Then I was more prayerful and very conscious of what I eat. I was very, very conscious of what I eat. I didn't experience morning sickness, tiredness. In fact, I was bending. I used to bend then. Because I remember then my colleagues used to complain, hey, damn you are bending, stop bending. Oh, there was nothing like feeling sick. Even at the time, I started feeling sick. So that people say, okay, she's pregnant, you understand? Because there was nothing like morning sickness, any kind of, the only thing I can remember was that I was prone to malaria. I was very prone to malaria. I was very, 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 very prone to malaria. Even at the time I was vomiting, my vomit was green. That was, I think that was when I was 4 or 5 months. Yes, 4 or 5 months. So I got scared. I was very prone to malaria.
I don't know if to say that getting to know that I was pregnant was a blessing, because that was when I now started falling sick. That was when I could not eat anything again. Immediately I knew I was pregnant, the symptoms came. It started from fatigue. Then it grew into I wasn't able to eat. It wasn't all serious pregnancy. I didn't vomit. I was always nauseous. I was always tired. But I knew it was time to start preparing for this life that I'm bringing forth into the earth. It was nothing serious. It was just I had energy. E for energy. I had it.
When my tummy started getting big or bigger, I was having difficulty sleeping. Till I gave birth, there were difficulties in sleeping. There was no position I tried to sleep on that suits me. I would be moving on the bed, keep moving till it's morning actually. So those are one of the challenges of being.
While I was pregnant, my child was the type that middle of the night, I don't sleep. I'm not able to sleep. Once it starts from 10 to 2, I'm not able to sleep. And when that was happening, I'll just stand up and complain and say, oh, you this child, you're not allowing me to sleep. I want to sleep, I want to do this, I want to do that. But most times it's always, and sometimes, and that is when the child is usually active at that time. So I'm not even able to sleep. I'll just sit down, open my eyes and be looking. But I realized that that was a mistake. What I should have done instead was that I should have prayed. When that was happening, I should have prayed. It didn't even come to my mind that I should do that, because when I now gave birth to my daughter was the type that for the first 4 to 5 months, between that 10 to around 4, she would keep crying. She would keep crying. In fact, at a point I got scared that what is happening, because I have like a knowledge of babies. At a point I got scared that why would this child, why is it that between 10 to 4 this child will be crying, and there's nothing, even if the breastfeed that she just be like
It's not, I can't put it together in words. I can't say that this is exactly how I'm feeling. It was a day I anticipated in my life. It was a day I wanted to come like no man's business. I was pregnant for more than 40 weeks and I was already becoming anxious. I was tired. And then I went to the hospital that day because I had believed God for so many things during my pregnancy. I had pictured how I want my childbirth to look like, and I can still remember the picture. And I looked at my doctor's face and he said, if you don't fall into labor today or tomorrow, we might have to do CS. He said, CS, is this man joking? And then I started crying. And then this man, my husband said, why are you crying? Do CS, your baby will go. I said, which kind of, oh Jesus Christ, I want comfort, I want somebody rubbing my back. Or maybe if I'm rubbing your back, you not born this child. Me and you want to see this child. I'm tired of this pregnancy and all. And then my baby came forth, like it was CS, yeah. It was the easiest thing I can ever imagine. It was really, really easy. It was easy, I enjoyed it. Recovery was fast and smooth. So, serious deal now. Motherhood. Pregnancy was just me carrying another child in me. I was still me. I could move around when I wanted to. I could do things I wanted to do. But I tell you, motherhood was another phase. It was another phase. It was me knowing that I am responsible for another life. I grew up instantly. I became matured instantly. I was making decisions for people. I was, I used to be the pet of the house. I used to be the baby of the house. I used to be the one people were looking out for. Like they asked you, have you done this? Now I'm looking out for a whole lot of people now.
After giving birth, excuse me, the first weeks or the initial weeks of it is a very tough one. Not even the first weeks, throughout that journey of nurturing a baby, nursing a baby is a very tough one. It's a tough one, I would say, because after leaving the hospital, the weeks and all is a challenging one, because automatically you lose sleep, no sleep again. The baby might wake up at any time to want to feed. The baby might decide that you want to start playing at midnight. There's nothing you can do about it, just have to be awake with the baby. There was a period that I think I was depressed about taking care of the baby, because the stress has gotten to me mentally that I was having this feeling of running away from the baby, I could remember a part that I was looking at the baby on the bed. I was like, this baby, why are you stressing me this much? And I was like, won't I run away from you? And at the end of the day, I got to right.
One thing I would say to mothers out there or upcoming moms out there is, let God be involved. Even in the name giving, start from there. And while your child is pregnant, speak to your child. Speak to your child. Say positive things to your child. Pray to your child. Talk to your child as if your child is there, no matter the circumstances. Even if the child was conceived out of wedlock, if it's out of rape, I know it takes a lot to do all of these things. It might not happen the first, second, third, or fourth month, but try as much as possible to make sure that you speak positive things to your child. Don't waste till the child comes. Start from the conception, start from the womb. Your child listens to you. There are so many things you will learn, unlearn, and relearn, because there are some things you believe that I know now, I'm an expert in this, I'm a baby caregiver, I know how to take care of a baby, I know what is expected of. Don't see, babies come with different patterns, and even their pregnancy methods varies. Like, I was pregnant, I didn't even know, and till I delivered I had no difficulty. I can only say it was in labor, because I was in labor from Sunday. I didn't give birth until Monday afternoon. So it varies. The patterns of every baby varies.
I got the right. And that's the aspect I feel every mother should, or I think every mother needs a counseling period when expecting a baby, especially the first baby. One needs a counseling section on that. There are so many things you will be open to, like there are so many things that will happen during the pregnancy, after the pregnancy, the childbirth, and all that one needs to prepare for. And one way or the other, if you're not prepared for those things, it might get to you and you might react negatively to it. So I think a mother would need a proper preparation and a counseling section, actually.
I think you were asking me if one can prepare for motherhood. Yes, one can prepare for motherhood, because I did prepare for motherhood. I prepared myself emotionally, because I'm this kind of person that I like my space. I also suffer mood swings at times, but if I'm moody, I have to be good for my child. I told myself that it's not time to laze about, it's not time to rely on people, it's about time for me to man up and take responsibilities now. And aside that, I prayed a lot. I don't want, it's not me trying to sound like a cliche or something, but motherhood is plenty spirituality. I prayed a lot.
What matters most is you need God's guidance on your side, first and foremost. I'm not saying this because I'm a Christian. You need a supreme being, and let me put it that way. You need a supreme being's understanding that is above yours. Yes, it's good to listen to advice of people, it's good to listen to elderly people, but understand your baby. The method that may work for baby A may not work for your own baby, it may not work for baby B. Then don't be too far from your doctors. Even while you're pregnant, ensure that you reach out. Try as much as possible to have a doctor who can be at your beck and call. Not necessarily having a personal doctor, but having a good hospital where you can walk in, talk to a doctor that would understand how you're feeling, even without. Sometimes it's difficult to express how we feel when we're pregnant, but if you have somebody who is actually experienced in quotes, who understands all of these things, that even things you can't even say, definitely it works well.
Then you asked if one can prepare enough for motherhood. I don't think you can prepare enough for motherhood, but I would also say that it's advisable you get advice, counsels from mothers that has been there before. But I would also like to put it out there, like, we have to be careful when you want to give advice to people, so it will not look as if you are meddling into their business. There is actually a point where meddling and advice, there's actually a thin line between meddling in people's business and advising them. Yes, people should actually seek advice. Like, please get one, because your body will change a lot. Plenty things you're not prepared for. I think I cannot say so much, but I tell you that seek advice. and pray a lot and prepare yourself mentally for motherhood. And please do not be pressured. Do not be pressured, because I tell you, when if you give birth to one, you soon start hearing, when will you get the other? When you give birth to two, you soon start hearing, just two children. When you give birth to two girls or two boys, what about a boy? What about another girl? Please do you enjoy your life. Be one with your partner and understand what you want for your child. And when those advices are coming as well, do well to tell yourself that I want to take this and I want to discard this. You cannot take all the advice. You can't. And please perish the idea of this perfect mom. It doesn't exist anywhere. Please perish the idea. You will be forced to want to do everything perfectly. I want to lay my child this way. I want to train my child this way. I don't want to be angry in front of my child. I won't even swear in front of my child. I won't shout at my child at all. And perish the idea. Perish it. But when you do, be responsible to explain to your child that that is not how to live life. Mommy was yelling because she was angry. However, it's not good to shout. And please forgive yourself a lot. Especially like maybe your child fell down and then people will come. It's not to encourage you to be how do I put it? To be careless. It's not. But it's to tell you that you cannot be too careful. And when such accident or incident happen, please forgive yourself. It's part of learning. Allow yourself to grow. You won't make those mistakes you've made before. You would be better. Watch out for signs and things that you do not like in your parent, because I tell you, you might just be growing into those things that you do not like, that you saw your parents do. And please, before you bring forth another child, this is my own personal advice. It is not me saying that this is how to live your life. Be sure you are ready. Be sure. Even if it is 1 year, if you want to give your child a space of 1 year, be sure you are ready. Please do not bring children into this world and just bring them here for bringing sake, because somebody is saying that it's about time be better another. I tell you, it's not money. There's this place of mental stress. There's somebody sharing your space now. There's somebody sharing your time now. You giving up so many things to please your children. I tell you, don't be pressured. You are beautiful and you are doing well. Motherhood, you can't get there in one day. You didn't get there in one day. It was a process. And so you will keep growing into it. And thank you, Adeyemi.
Wow. Motherhood is really a beautiful experience. So it is my prayer for as many as those that are looking up to God for the day that we will be called mother, for those that are really due for a blessing like that. I pray that the Lord is going to remember you this day. You will not just carry your child in your womb, you will carry them in your hands, and you will be strengthened with grace and wisdom to actually nurture them in the way they should go. Let me thank my 3 yummy mommies for agreeing to do this with me, for me and for my YouTube family members. It was not easy. Some of them had to redo again when I was not satisfied with what they sent to me. I had to tell them, okay, this is how you have to do it. Some of them had to just squeeze out time for me out of their busy schedule. I really appreciate it, and they have promised to definitely come back if they need be. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you and I love you so much. But until next time, I remain your girl Adeyemi. Don't forget to subscribe and be good. Bye for now.